Hi, we're the Hills, and welcome to Home, which stands for Hills on a Mission. We're new to the whole military family life thing. We just want to, make a channel that's kind of like dedicated to showing you guys like family things that you can do around different military bases and stuff of that nature. Just showing you guys our life and different sites that are there that you may want to go see. But anyway, we're the Hills. This is my wife, Ebony Hill.
So, hi, as my husband said, we're the Hill family. I'm Ebony, and he's Rick, and we have 3 children. We recently relocated from Tennessee, that's where our last base was, and now we are here in USA Gyeongsan in Seoul, Korea. It's been an adventure. We are very new to this, so bear with us. As we show you guys our experiences in our family and exploring this new country, learning things and figuring things out. So we'll also be working through kind of putting a blended family together. I had 2 children and the dog. He had a dog. And now we have 3 children all together and 2 dogs. So I think it'll be interesting. I hope you enjoy our content.
Just so that you guys know, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us. If you guys have any tips for us to make us better, to better help you guys out, that would be greatly appreciated. Just enjoy the show, I guess. This is our trip to North Carolina, as well as our trip to Virginia, and where my family's from. And this was like before I was coming to Korea because I was on leave. So we decided to go and see my wife's family in North Carolina, and then also at the same time go see my family. And
this was like our final goodbyes.
Yeah. And we just wanted to, see everybody one last time before
show
we
them
left.
The baby.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't met the baby.
Yes, we had a baby at that point in time, and he was just the cutest little bundle of joy, and he still is. He's just a bigger bundle of joy. So while we were in North Carolina, we saw the beach. It was a lovely beach.
We went in winter though.
Yeah.
Do you remember what beach it was?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember what beach
it was. The
was.
Wilmington area. I don't remember what beach. Wrightsville. It was Wrightsville.
Yes.
Beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Wilmington, that's where my family is.
Super nice. But we were bundled up. Like, I took a picture with the baby and he's just bundled up. Like, the wind was just blowing and everything. It was something else.
That was my first time going to the beach in the winter. I loved it. I loved how clear and crisp and empty it was. It was nice. It was very different than in the summer where you're walking over people.
Right. We had, with her family, we had a nice southern meal. But that was like seafood and just crab legs.
A crab boil.
Oh my gosh. It was just so awesome. It was delicious.
It was good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was nice to see the family, show them the kids and everything. Say our goodbyes in North Carolina, and then we went to Virginia where my family was, and we just like hung out. I think we played spades.
No,
not that time. But we did go around. We went to the melting pot, which is nice.
It was like a goodbye dinner.
Yes. My mom wanted to treat us to that, just like, being with them. And
pretty emotional on our ride back home.
Yeah. Just like, for 2 years we're going to be in a foreign country. And I mean, yes, phone calls are fine and everything, but it's like being able to drive 3 or 4 hours to go see
Right.
your family is like not as easy. So that was something, but it was definitely an awesome time to see everybody, see the beach, see Virginia again, and everything, and just like see our families.
I think, was there anything that we did that I didn't mention? Oh, we had our first beignets. Wilmington.
Oh yes.
Those were good. We went to. My son got to meet my grandmother, his great grandmother.
Oh yes.
That was nice.
She got to hold our newborn.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was just nice to see more of Ebony's family and get to
You
know
got to
them.
meet some of them for the first time, actually.
Mhm. They were fun. They were.
And actually, that was when we broke the news that we did get accepted as a family to Korea, because originally it's the service member and the family has to apply to come. And so they weren't sure, and so that was difficult telling them, like, no, we're actually going to be going, and we'll be gone for 2 years. Here's, my baby. This will be your hello and goodbye.
Yeah. Overall, it was a good trip,
It was good.
and we had a good time, and really, we can't wait until we go back. We just appreciate like all the love and support that we got.
Everyone was welcoming.
Yeah. Wait. Were we
Okay.
in?
Yes. So the next couple slides are my personal favorite because it's my home, Tennessee, and there's some things that we got to do, that I hadn't got to do before we left. I hadn't got to do before. I'm from Clarksville, which is outside of Fort Campbell, but we're very close to Nashville. So for the last weekend, I want to say, the last weekend he was supposed to be here, was it?
I think so. Yeah.
We went to have some family time in Nashville. It was bittersweet. At the time we were like, let's just not think about the fact that we're leaving.
Right.
So he had seen this place on a food show.
It was awesome though.
So he wanted to go.
It was man versus food,
And so was the place.
and the place was called Pancake Pantry. It was literally just one of his stops that he did en route to his challenge that he was doing. But they had so many pancakes, and I was like, "This is in Nashville. I need to go here before I go." And there were two places, the Pancake Pantry. I had Georgia peach pancakes, just awesome. They were just awesome.
I don't think I got pancakes.
I can't remember.
I think I got either French toast or waffles.
Yeah, I
If
think.
I have to choose between a waffle and pancake, I'm always choose a waffle.
Mm. It's the Pancake Pantry.
I know, but waffles, that's where it's at. So that was fun. We had to eat there. That was one of the stops.
And then we then went to Tennessee has a life-size replica of the Parthenon. And I didn't know that at the time. Like I only had 2 spots that I wanted to hit up, and they were just food places. But Emily brought to my attention that, did you know that Nashville has a Parthenon? And I'm like, well, let's go and see what this place is all about. Getting there was interesting, and then once you finally got there, it was just like, wow, these beams are just like super tall. Like we're walking around, we got lost. We didn't know, like we're literally right there, but we got lost trying to get to the entrance of the Parthenon. And finally, once we actually got there, we just started seeing a whole bunch of artifacts and whatnot.
I think it's one of the only life-size replicas of the Parthenon. It is complete with the columns. It's a complete replica, so on the outside and on the inside. But on the outside, I think there's a park. Was there not? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a park.
Before you go in, there's a park. So we did the paid part where you go in, but even if you go to not pay, there's a park and there's a lake from what I remember. and there was birds. The whole outside was nice on its own. And it was a long way on until the inside, which is actually, I want to say it was an art gallery. And then past the art gallery, which Nashville has several art galleries. One of the nice ones is the Frisk, so shout out to Nashville for being dope. And then past that, you go to this room, and my goodness, you walk through and you see these artifacts, and when you get to the middle, there's like a life-size.
This is, yes, I want to say it is the goddess Athena.
I believe it is Athena.
And
it's
I
a
was
complete replica of the way they have it.
Yeah, they built it back to the way that it was supposed to be.
They even had it facing the right direction. Yes.
And I was like, this is very detailed. I talked to one of the guys in there who basically was just a guide in there, and he gave, like, we talked for, I don't even know how long we talked, but
so shout out to him. He was passionate.
Yeah.
His job. He was able to give about how each part of the statue had its own symbolism. From, I believe there was an animal near her. I don't remember, but I believe
her spear represented something.
Yes, there's a spear. There was a shield, the crown. I almost want to say there was an animal, but I can't remember.
I know that the gold that is on her, very thin gold, and
I
it's
believe
like
it's all done by hand.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's just sheets, just like very thin sheets, just laid on top of her over and over, and it looks beautiful. It really does.
It's overwhelming, like such a surprise.
Right, you turn a corner and then it's wow.
Huge, it's huge. If you get a chance to go see it, go see it.
Yes.
Describing it does not do it justice.
Yeah.
After the Parthenon.
Then after the Parthenon, then we had to hit up one of the last things that I saw on Man vs. Food. It was Hattie B's hot chicken.
Hattie B's. Tennessee, I don't know where you're from if you're watching this. I'm sure if you're from somewhere in the States, you have your own opinion about this. But Tennessee is home of the hot chicken.
It's hot chicken.
Even here in Korea, the menu says Tennessee hot chicken.
Like really, like the standard is Nashville.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
And Hattie B's is one of the pioneers.
How would you like your chicken? Like regular, mild, or Nashville hot? Like, oh, clearly that's what we're doing here.
Right.
But we didn't get that many videos. But all I have is a couple pictures.
It was delicious. Just go try it.
They had a little playground. Not a playground. What am I talking about? They had a cornhole area in the back. They also had. It was just like the environment that was in there. It was really nice. The chicken was on. It was just really good. The seasoning was on point. I can't say enough about it. In all honesty,
it was worth it. Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
And it gets crowded. We went at a good time. We went during like I wouldn't call it the middle of the day, but definitely before people were getting off work, because we didn't have a line. I don't believe there might have been 2 or 3 people in front of us. But when we left, there was a line. So
yeah.
Get there early. It's a Nashville staple.
Very true. Definitely try and get there.
Yeah.
Because people want that. People want this. Funny side note. I don't know if they coordinated this with Hattie B's, but right across the street is a pharmacy, and the pharmacy has a sign that rolls through. Little signs that they have, and one of them is, and I cannot remember verbatim, but I mean you can see it in the picture, that if your stomach is burning, get an antacid or something. I don't know. It was hilarious, but you can see the picture. That was our experience with Hattie B's. It was an amazing experience. Definitely go check that out. Shout out to Hattie B's for having great chicken. Y'all are awesome.
Oh my.
So.
We're not even recording. This isn't even going to be a video. Our son has joined us. He has done everything to get on this camera the past 15 minutes, from throwing things in here.
After going to the well, really after going to North Carolina and Virginia, and then the Pancake Pantry, and then going to the Parthenon and seeing Hattie B's and having that amazing chicken, it was at that point it was time to leave at that point. And usually, due to the fact that this was the first time that I PCS'd, this was one of my mistakes that I made. I wasted a lot of time getting everything ready to PCS, and I should have gotten everything kind of squared away for my family to come. But I think in the end it worked out overall to get everything squared away for them before they came. Well, her side of the story is definitely more hectic because she had she can explain more in depth on that, and I'll leave that to her. But definitely when it was time for me to go, that was a very emotional moment for us. Just getting on the plane.
The goodbye was hard.
It was.
My mama was even crying.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Serenity was crying. Like, where's Daddy going?
Mari was crying.
I told him not to cry. It was like, hey, it was definitely an emotional time.
It was tough, yeah.
You know, I guess it just wasn't time for me to go because I missed my flight. Make sure, one, that you have your government travel card turned on the day of, because clearly doing it a month prior doesn't count. It'll turn on for that day and then it'll shut off, and that's what will happen. But then it was good for me to just come back home and see my family again and just be with them for one more day. And then afterwards, then it was the actual legitimate flight to go to Korea. If you're a soldier, on the other hand, you're still being maintained at this whole time. You're not free. So that whole briefing, you're gonna get your briefing. This is Seoul, Korea. Welcome. Some of you are going to be going to Area 1, Area 2, Area 3, or Area 4, what have you. You'll get your pinpoint orders once you get to the in-processing area, which is actually at Humphreys. It used to be in Youngsung, but it's moved now. So, write down their information on this sheet of paper, make sure that everybody's accounted for and what have you. I don't exactly remember the fine details. All I know is I was in there, it's early in the morning, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and we're writing down stuff on paperwork.
You have to fill out paperwork, yes.
And I had all my sheets there, where are you coming from? You're canceling your, one thing that I do remember, I had to cancel my leave or end my leave once I got there, because I had to pull out my leave pack, my leave form, so make sure that you have your leave form with you. And those people have you, they basically you sign there, they do their signature, and then they take that and then they stop your leave from the time that you got there. From there, you move on to filing through to come get your stuff. You get your stuff, and then put your stuff on the bus. You get on the bus, and now you're off to Humphreys. From there, it was super early in the morning. Then we get to the barracks. They have rooms of 4, so you're not gonna get a room by yourself. You're gonna be stacked up. But knowing that you're going to a foreign country and you're going there by yourself, and you got family back home who is gonna come with you, but it's you have a job to do to get everything prepared for them before they get here, so that they don't have any issues when they get here, and they're not dealing with the struggles that you were dealing with once you got there and stuff of that nature. But once I finally got to Korea, I got my room, and then it just in the barracks. I was not in there that long whatsoever, and I just got the house, got a car, and then finally my family came. But this is definitely all Ebony's, because I was emotional seeing them for the first time. Just hearing the dogs bark near the dogs bark kind of got me. I was like, is that my dogs? And then I saw them like going up going across the uh, the walkway, and then Amari like waved at me, and it was just like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna see them? And it's just waiting and waiting and waiting. I was pacing back and forth. Oh gosh, but it was definitely something else. And then finally, I got to see them, and I was just the happiest person. I had like the biggest smile in the world.
Okay, it was not easy. I tried to minimize the stuff because I knew that I was coming with a lot of kids and animals, but we ended up still having a diaper bag, which I use also as a carry-on. Then a carry-on with our important documents because you need them on you, especially when flying internationally. Then each of us had a bag, so that was 5 bags, and then 2 kennels, one for each dog, and then 2 car seats because we have 2 small children, and then 1 stroller, the umbrella stroller. And so that's what I travel with. And then of course the 3 children and then the 2 dogs themselves. And so leaving from Tennessee was pretty quick. I didn't have much time to freak out about anything. Like, I got to the US, so the kids had time for a snack maybe, and then we're rushing. I got to check the dogs, which sounds awful, but it was such a blessing to not have to carry the kennels with me. I got to check the dogs, I got to check all the bags, so, and the car seats and stroller. So I really only had to carry on me the baby, which I baby wore, our 4-year-old, our 9-year-old, and then my document bag, which you cannot risk checking like your passports and birth certificates. You need those on you, and then of course the diaper bag full of snacks and games and diapers and on the plane activities. So from there we rushed through the USO to the plane. That flight was not quick enough. I mean, it was not long enough because I feel like it was just so fast. Everything was so fast. As soon as we got to Nashville, I feel like we're rushing from the USO to our flight, then waiting to check in, but because I had small kids, I was one of the first ones boarded. So then boarding, then taking off and flying. Seattle was the difficult part. Our dogs barked, so at first the USO kind of was like, you can't have your dogs in here if they're barking too much. But there were some very, very, very kind workers there that were like, don't worry about it, we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna handle it. And they kept, they really helped keep me grounded. That and my husband, but he really got the brunt of a lot of anger because I had so much anxiety because we had a long day of traveling. But the SeaTac USO was so nice. There was tons of food, tons of space to lay down. There's a whole room just for families and small children, so the kids got to rest, I got to rest. That was really, really good. Of course, I didn't really get to rest because the whole time I'm making sure electronics are charged, making sure there's not creeps around my kids, trying to ignore the fact that my dogs are still barking and freaking people out, then checking the times to know that I need to board at a certain time, making sure I know where to go because me and another lady, we left early. We actually asked her husband, can you sit with the kids? Because we needed to find out. We didn't even know where to line up to start boarding, and we couldn't wait because a lot of people there were on space available, space A, and we were there on orders. So we wouldn't have the luxury of someone else be like, hey, this is where you're supposed to go. We kind of just had to kind of figure it out, and we had an awful hour flight. It was like 4 a.m. we started boarding. So getting on the flight was a relief. The kids were kids. They kind of made messes, but it wasn't horrible. I didn't have to worry about the dogs, the bags. Speaking of the bags, there was no one to carry my bags. I couldn't pay anyone. There was no one. And so an amazing, wonderful, lovely receptionist at the Seattle airport helped me her and another guy pushed 2 dollies of just bags of just our equipment because it was so much and I couldn't do it by myself and I was freaking out because we had a whole dolly of just dog kennels. So, and I couldn't even pay her because it wasn't her job. So, shout out to her. And everywhere I go, people were kind. They really saw that it was a stressful situation. The woman at the USO actually told me she was going to beat my husband up for me for having us take this with me as the only adult. So
I tried my best.
he was great from where he was. He had to make some phone calls for Misawa, and that was kind of because you stopped in Japan, and that was kind of stressful for me too because I needed to take the dogs out to like use the bathroom and walk around, which I had done at the airports, and that was stressful too, but that would be too long to describe the process, taking them out to walk them with the dogs in the area. That was awful. So, but I couldn't take my kids with me. So I had to leave my kids in the waiting room with a bunch of strangers, and just ask the like security guard people like, hey, watch my kids, but no one was allowed in and out. But still, I had to leave them while I went to let my dogs use the bathroom. And a guy there volunteered, like, hey, she has kids, I'll take the dogs. But they were like, no, it has to be her. So I had to go take the dogs out. In Misawa, in Japan, if you stop in Misawa or Osan.
Yeah, Osan Air Force Base.
Either when you're gonna need cash. Yeah, you're gonna need cash. Thankfully, I had cash. They don't accept cards, but I was able to feed my kids there. You wait there for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. I don't even know why. Also, thankfully, what was it about the phone?
So, 2 things in regards to the waiting period. They have to refuel and check for repairs because of the fact that it was such a long flight over from Seattle to Japan. So that's one thing that you're going to be waiting for. 2, the cell phone. Like once you get over, like your American phone is like null and void once you get over to Japan. Mm-hmm. So everyone is using the Wi-Fi that is there.
Yes.
So I think at one point there were payphones there, but I don't think anybody used them. Just know that as soon as you get over there, you need to, obviously get on the Wi-Fi. You're not going to be able to use your actual, your phone. You can use whatever app, Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp app,
If you have
whatever.
an iPhone, you can FaceTime.
Yes, you can FaceTime.
Make sure your phones are unlocked.
That is a true statement.
Okay, so I get there and I'm like really trying to get in contact with Rick. I tell him, hey, we're gonna be leaving here in a bit and we're gonna go to
Yeah. So you went from Misawa. Okay, so that was it. Yeah.
Mine was a little different. Rick can tell his own experiences because I didn't quite have to have the kind of brief that he had to have.
Yeah.
But in there, they check your passports. They give you whatever stamps you need. They give you like slight rules or whatever, but not like they give the soldiers. Mm-hmm. And then you go on to get your luggage, which also sucked because my dogs at this time were anxious and tired and frustrated, sleepy and hungry, and they were going off, and like you could hear just dog echoing throughout the whole building. And I don't think did anyone else even have dogs? I feel like it was just my dogs.
There were people who had dogs, but it was just like from being down there and like seeing them, they were kind of like feeding off of each other and barking.
And I have a Chihuahua, so she's like really it was terrible. And they wanted me to get all my stuff and carry it, and I kept like, well, my husband is right there on the other side of this gate, can he come? And the first couple of people were like, no. But I guess that they saw that like they weren't really wanting to help, so they were like, yeah, just let him come. Just let him come help. Because we had a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
At this point, all the stuff that I had checked
stacks
was back in my possession. Like I kind of got a little. The airports did a lot of the moving for me, but at this point, it was like, no, take your car seats, take your strollers, take your dogs, take your suitcases, like
take everything.
Here. Yeah. So then we came here. By the time we got to the apartment, because we drove from Osan to Seoul.
Yeah. So we once we got a few pictures of driving back to Seoul. Finally, we get to the house,
It's me and my kids' first time seeing it.
and
In
it's
person.
nice.
We get here.
You hear?
We unload. We have our rented things from ACS. ACS help provide furniture until our stuff gets here. So we had a couple beds, dressers, kitchen table, sofa. Not this one, but the one from ACS that they provided. Rick, my love, my amazing, wonderful husband, didn't have food for us, nor comforters for the kids or blankets. They had a bed though, and we had silverware.
It was like the day prior.
So he ran to get them blankets.
Yeah.
And
out there in these lonely streets of Seoul.
And cereal and ramen, which was like our first meal here.
Yeah.
Was ramen. And I was addicted to the ramen for like a week.
Yeah, that was something else. Like when you get here, the ramen is like everywhere. It's not like the ramen that you have in America where you have chicken, beef, and shrimp. Yeah, no. It's like done up.
And it's spicy. Good.
It's spicy.
And he did have a TV.
I did have a TV.
No food.
We had a 55-inch Ultra
There was
HD.
leftover pizza. Ugh, it was such a bachelor pad when the family didn't come here. He's so lucky we came and upgraded his life. He had a television, the bed, some cereal, some noodles, and some old pizza. And that was it. That's the end of it.
That's how you live, though. That was a straight up bachelor pad. I forgot. I was like, I got everything else. I got the kids' beds and everything, but I got myself a comforter, me and my wife a comforter and everything, but I completely forgot about the kids. I was like, I wasn't in there, so I forgot, and I felt bad. But I did do the right thing by going out there and getting them something, which was interesting. A lot of strange eyes. Like, what are you doing?
They're used to us in the neighborhood now, I think.
Yeah.
But at first,
it was interesting. I'm like, I need to find a blanket and a pillow. But first night was pretty good. It was pretty good. I was just happy to be with my family again, and
it was good to have us all together.
Yeah, but I guess we can close this out.
Yeah, that was it. This is our first video.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We hope that you guys continue watching. We'll have more stuff out, hopefully. If you like it, make sure to like, hit that thumbs up button, and also subscribe.
Yes.
And also if you want, you can also hit the notification bell, so that you can be notified when we make new posts and stuff like that. So
we'll be showing you our life around Seoul, our life in military, and our experiences, which are unique. I feel like we have a unique point of view.
But anyway, we thank you guys for watching again, and you guys have a good one. Why would you? Why? I can't. We were supposed to wave.
You wave.
I can't do it by myself. Well, we're gonna cut that then.